Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Now this week's video is all about the weight of our van. Now it's always been our intention to up-plate the van from a 3.5 tonne up to whatever we can get it to. Now the reason for that is that the jumbo transits, which is what we've got, they're renowned for not having a very high payload, and that's because of the size of the vehicle. It takes up more weight on the suspension parts and things. So I think we've got around about 1100 kilos to do the conversion and to keep all of our gear in the inside and clothes, and you know, your underpants weigh quite a bit, let's face it. So what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade the leaf springs. We're going to get some new shocks fitted at the garage. Going to get the professionals to do that. It's a heavy job, and sometimes you've got to use a little bit of force to get the bolts out of the leaf springs. So I haven't got the equipment to do that, so that's going to the garage. As I said, I'm going to be fitting some new Sumo Springs in the back in place of the factory bump stops, and some new wheels and tyres. So stay tuned for all of that. We've also got the MOT coming up in this video, so fingers crossed that all goes well. But before we do all of that, we're going to take the van to a weighbridge. Now we want to get the van weighed, see what we're playing with. We've got a trip coming up. We don't want to be driving overweight, so yeah, we're going to see where we stand with that. There may be a few squeaky bum moments in this video, so stay tuned. Now, first job I want to do today before I go to the weighbridge is fill up with fuel. I want to do the weights with a full tank of fuel, so we know exactly what we're playing with. Obviously fuel weighs quite a bit when you've got a full tank, so we don't want to go around thinking we're okay weight wise and then fill up and find out we're overweight. Now I've got 3 miles left on the gauge according to this, which is good. I don't normally run it that low, but this is good because I want to see what the full cost of a full tank is. I want to see what the range of a full tank is. I want to work out the miles per gallon and everything else. Alright, we're at the garage. Let's go and spend some money. Right, so 115 pounds lighter, or heavier, which depends on which way you look at it. We've got 76.72 litres in the tank now, so it's an 80 litre tank, so it was quite empty. We're going to take the tools out of the van now and then get to the weighbridge. Right, we're at the weighbridge in Northfleet. We're using Brett aggregates, 12 pound odd, just to weigh the van, so not too bad. I'm going to turn the camera off and see how we get on. Be right back. Okay, so he hasn't got the facilities to weigh each axle, but he's going to let us do just drive on half, then go and do the full weight, then drive off, just leave the back wheels on. We'll do it that way. So just going to get on the weighbridge now. Okay, let's go and see what we've got. Well, we've got a new subscriber. Results are in. Total 3.1 tonne. On the front axle was 1.3 and the rear axle 1.72. So we're looking good so far. We can now get the kitchen in. Today we're going to look at what we're going to fit. We're going to fit it. Hopefully we'll get it all done and it'll look a little bit higher, a bit more ground clearance. Let's see what we're going to fit. That's right, we've got some Bilstein shocks. Now these are the Bilstein B6 shocks, so they're uprated shocks from they're better than the OEM parts. But not only that, we've also got front shocks as well. So we're upgrading the front and the rear shocks, and we'll get out of the way. That's a leaf spring. Now this is a 2+1, so you've got 2 leaves plus 1 auxiliary or helper spring. It's essentially a three spring leaf. This is the same leaf spring they use on the 4.1 tonne transit minibuses. So this is going to give us plenty of extra weight allowance on the back, and that will also give us a bit of an extra ride height as well. So we're going to get those fitted, and then we'll see how we get on with the DVLA. So not only are we upgrading suspension and the shocks to accommodate the extra payload, we're also going to add something a little bit special. Ever since I've seen these, I've wanted them. They will look good on the van, and they're rated to 1500 kilos, so 1.5 tonne per wheel. These will allow us to carry a little bit of extra weight, plus they'll be really handy for a bit of rough terrain off-road as well. So these are from Rogue Alloys. I'll let you take a look. So these are the 16-inch Renegades from Rogue Alloy. Now these are, as I said, rated to 1.5 tonne each, so these will take a nice chunk of the weight on each corner. BFGoodrich all-terrain tyres. Mixed reviews on these, I must admit, but they've got some nice grip, and hopefully they'll help us out on any rough terrain or off-roading that we do when we're abroad, or really just going over the potholes that are around the UK. That's mainly what we got it for, to be honest, because let's face it, driving the UK roads at the moment is like driving off-road. You may as well just be on a farm track. Anyway, these are going to be really comfortable on the road and off-road. The shocks, the new shocks, are going to help as well. The leaf springs are going to take the extra weight. We've got the Sumo Springs, which are going to help with the sway. Especially the transits do suffer a bit from wind sway as well, and apparently they do help that. And when the wind takes this, it can be a little scary. So hopefully they'll improve that as well. We will review everything once it's on. We will see. Right, first thing we need to do is get this jacked up. Now I've got a bit of wood there for a chock behind the wheel. We're on a slight incline, so if it's going to go anywhere, it's going to go backwards. But I do have chocks on the front and back on that wheel, and then just on the other side I've done the same on the back wheel on the other side. Just there we go, another chock there. So we'll get this jacked up and then get these wheels on. My trolley jack won't go up far enough, so I've had to use the side scissor jack, which I don't really like using. The axle stand, it's not really going to do much because it's not tall enough to reach anywhere, to be honest. I may just move it under here somewhere. I'll put the wheel under the sill as well when I take it off, just to be safe. If it does fall off the stand, off the jack, it should land on something rather than the floor. Right, so with the Rogue Alloys, they do supply the locking wheel nuts, 4 there, 1 for each wheel, and the locking the wheel nut key. Make sure I don't lose that, otherwise I'll be in trouble later on. 21mm to come off, 19mm going on. Can't put it on yet though, because we've got to let it down and do the nuts up properly. Take the axle stand out. Now I know what you're thinking, I should be using a torque wrench. Can't find it at the minute, so I'm just going to do them up nice and tight, and I'll check them over later on. But they should be okay for now. Right, now for the last bit. Now for the final piece. Really happy with that. Now the blue writing will go white, a bit of boiling soapy water, and that'll all come off, go nice white. Just got to take the stickers off. We'll let it down and we'll do the other 3 corners. I won't bore you with that because once you've seen one, you've seen them all. Right, so I'm going to give it a go, put these Sumo Springs on. We want to jack up without going onto the suspension because we don't want to compress the suspension, because we won't be able to get the old bump stops out and the new Sumo Springs in. So what I've done, it's a bit dodge, but with trolley jack, there's a bit of 4-inch fence post on here, and it's just on this join here on the chassis, and that's one of the points where they put their high lift jacks on the in the garage, you know, where they put it on the big lifts. It's one of the points just on that joint there, so that's nice and secure. However, just to be on the safe side, I've got my axle stand just under the front leaf eye here. So if this fails, that'll take the weight. Plus we've got the wheels on as well, so it's not going to go down too far anyway. I can get under the van anyway with the wheels on and you're not jacked up. So this is just to give us a bit more room for the get Sumo Springs in. So let's get under the van and take the old ones off. Right, here's the springs themselves. There we go. So this end goes, oh, this end goes up. So it goes like that, and then we've got a little plate goes on top of there, and then we've got a spacer go on top of there. It does cover 2 spacers, but I think this one will be our best bet, and that'll be it then. Get those on. That'll just sit in place of the bump stop. So let's see if we can get it on. Right, so just so I'm clear, there's the bolt washer, goes up there like that. It doesn't fit. Right, the washer is actually quite a tight fit. I've actually had to put it down and just sort of poke it in with a screwdriver because it doesn't fit in this hole. You've got to put it down sort of edgeways and then force it in. That's in there now. So we put that on there, put the spacer on, and then put the bolt through. That's the plan. Right, that comes off. All they do is they grab hold of it and they rip it off. Why ain't it coming off for me? Oh, I mean, this is falling apart, this one. Absolutely knackered. The rubber bit is just supposed to come off. Screwdriver. I think I might need the screwdriver. According to everything I've seen online, the rubber just comes out. But it ain't. 10-minute job, they said. Yeah. Anyone can do it. 10 minutes. Just grab hold of that and you rip it out, and then you can undo the casing. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. There's the rubber. Quite perished as well, so it did need replacing. All we've got now is a bolt in there. We undo the bolt and then put the new bit in. What I don't want is it slipping off the jack while I'm doing this. And that's the wrong size. Oh, that's tight. Okay, I'm going to have to put a bit of pressure on this, so hopefully it's not going to move. There we go. That's off. Okay, it's not quite there. Gonna need probably the smaller one. They give us a little bit of this lock stuff. Put a little bit of locking stuff on here, and that'll help to keep it in place. Right, all we do is put the bolt through, try and get it to come out the other side. Right, there we go. Get the socket on there. Sorry if you can't see what I'm doing, it's really difficult to film upside down under the van when you've got your hands full. There we go. Right, that's on there. So then we put that one on top, and then we've got the little spacer. Yeah, and go on top of there, and that should fit nicely. It says, what's the bettings? I can't get it to fit in there. Let's put a bit of that Loctite on there. Let's see if we can get that to fit in there. I can get it to fit, but I can't get the bloody thing in there. It's not enough. Oh no. Oh, why can't you behave yourself? Well, that's on. There we go. So we've got a bit of a gap there at the moment, but obviously that'll probably close when we let it down, because this is longer than the OEM stop. But that's it. It's not going anywhere. Just need to do the other side. Taking the other side off, the old one. As you can see, it's seen better days. So that needs to be replaced anyway. So I'll show you what it looks like with both of them on. Right, there you go. So there's the new one on the driver's side. We haven't let the jack down yet, so we've still got a big gap. There's the one on that side. It isn't touching, but then, as I said, it's still on the jack, so I would have thought they will touch when it's off the jacks. But we are replacing these single leaf springs as well with 3-leaf, and we've got the shocks as well, which we replaced with Bilstein. So it will be lifted up a little bit more anyway, so we should still have a nice gap once it's all done. That's that job done. Right, I thought we'd take it for a little drive just so we get a feel of what the Sumo Springs are actually doing. And so far we're on a little industrial estate, just been to B&Q, going around a lot of roundabouts. So far so good. There's been no body roll going around the roundabouts, around sharp bends. Normally we have to slow right down to to go around these corners, but actually really good so far, quite impressed. So just coming up to a little roundabout now. Excuse the noise, we've still got all the tools in the back. Hardly any body roll at all. Really good. So going over the speed bumps as well, it's definitely an improvement when you're coming off the speed bumps. It's not a thud when you come off. Definitely feel a bit more cushioned. Definite improvement there. Yeah, I think really for a job that takes an hour and a half maybe to do both sides, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth the improvement. Pick these up for around about £300 a pair, and relatively simple to fit, as you saw. So yeah, all in all, happy with that, and yeah, that's a good job. Right, it's now 2026, and we've been filming this over the last couple of years, and the reason for that is because we wanted to kind of show how the weight can creep on during the process of a conversion. Believe me, it can creep up without you noticing, because every little thing you add adds a little bit of weight. So as you saw, we've done the weigh-in and it all was good. You know, we had enough payload left to finish the build, so we thought. So now we're nearly complete. The worktops are in, the kitchen's complete, everything is in and done. We thought we'd give it another way and see where we stand. It's not good news. The results are in. It's 3.6 tonne. Yeah, we're 100 kilos over, and that's with just me and Kelly in the van with a full tank of fuel. No water this time, whereas in the previous weigh-in we had a full tank of water as well. So we should have technically weighed about 70 kilos more. So not good news. So where do we go from here? Well, we still need to do some work on the van. Although we're almost finished, we're not quite there, and we're due to go to the NC 500 in about 5 weeks' time. I've got to get the van completely finished for then, but in the meantime, in order for me to get the van from the storage to home to work on it, we've got to take some weight out. So we're going to remove the bed, drain some fuel from the tank. Kelly can't come in the van with me while I'm driving. All those things should bring it down under this 3.5 tonne, and keep it legal for me to drive. So in 5 weeks, I've got to go through the upplating process, contact all the engineering companies, find out what they can do for us. Fingers crossed we get at least 4 tonne. That's what we've kind of provisioned for with the upgrades that we did, you saw earlier. The next job, of course, I've got to upgrade my license. I don't have a C1 license, so that's another job I've got to do within the next 5 weeks. We've got to go through the upplating process once we've heard back from the engineering companies, so that's all going to be done with the DVLA. Yeah, there's a lot to do. So it is what it is. We've just got to work with what we've got and do what needs to be done in time for Scotland. So join us in the next one. We'll give you an up-to-date progress report of where we stand and what we're going to do, and hopefully start taking you through all of that upplating process, all the paperwork, things like that. And yeah, let's hope we make Scotland on time. Anyway, join us in the next one. Till then, bye for now.